Hey my friends, this is Daniel Alley, and today I want to talk with you about the 7 most common regrets in life. At the end of our life, we are going to have to answer the question, did we become as successful as we know we could have been? And unfortunately, most people will go to the grave with so many regrets because they didn't do the 7 things that I'm about to share with you. So in this video, I'm going to share some ideas that will change your way of thinking and will change your way of living. So listen up. The first regret that most people have is worrying too much. In fact, I want you to think about all the worries that you ever had and ask yourself, did any of those fears actually come true? You see, a lot of times people worry about the things that will never actually happen to them. They might worry about being broke, but they never actually end up broke. They might worry about being in ill health, but they never actually receive any sicknesses. They might worry about so many different consequences that they've played out in their mind that never actually happened in their life. When you worry too much, you're actually speaking fear into your life. And when you speak fear into your life, you're telling the universe that you're afraid all the time. If you tell the universe that you're always afraid, then the universe will send more fears your way. You will receive negative consequences because you believed in those negative consequences. Instead, what you need to do is to speak the language of faith. What you need to do is to believe that you can achieve anything in your life. Don't worry about the things that won't happen. Focus on the things that will happen. And if you feed your faith, then your fears will starve to death. You will never be afraid of anything or anyone or any consequences in your life. Instead, you will build the mental fortitude to have the ideas necessary to reach your greatest goals. Worrying is the greatest waste of imagination. Don't worry about anything, but pray about everything. Understand that if you worry too much, those negative consequences will come into your life and it will keep you from taking more action. But if you have faith and you believe, then you will have hope and you will understand exactly what you need to do in order to focus on the goals you need to pursue. The second most common regret in life is the fear of criticism. There's so many people that go throughout their whole entire life afraid of being who they are. They're afraid of speaking up. They're afraid of telling the truth. They're afraid of using their gifts. And they hold themselves back from becoming who they're meant to be because they're afraid of what other people think. My friends, what you need to do is to stop worrying about what others think about you. After all, what is their criticism going to do for your life? How will their gossip add value into who you're supposed to be? Why would you let the naysayers and the critics and the haters and the jealous folks in your life hold you back from becoming exactly who you want to be? Now I know what you might be thinking. Daniel, what if it's somebody that's close to me in my life? What if it's my parents? What if it's my spouse? What if it's my kids? What if they're my closest friends or my coworkers or even my boss? How can I act like the person that I really want to be if I know that I'm closely being watched? My friends, what I want you to know is that no one can stop you from becoming who you really are except yourself. No one's criticism of you should ever become your reality. And in order to change your reality, you have to change your mentality and the thoughts that you think other people think about you. Don't worry about their criticism. Don't worry about their hate. Don't worry about the consequences of what they might say if you take a particular action. All you need to focus on is what you really believe and the goals you actually want to achieve. So my question for you is this. Are there people in your life that you feel that if you took certain actions would hold you back just based on what they would say? If you feel like you need to go to the gym, or you need to quit your job, or you need to get a new car, but you're afraid of the criticism, my friends, now is time to actually do it. Nothing that they're gonna say is gonna stop you from pursuing those goals unless you allow it to. It's time to take action and believe in yourself, Because if you believe in yourself, everyone else in the world is going to believe in you too. The third common regret that most people have before they die is not taking enough risks. There's so many people that play it safe. They live a conservative life. They never take the risks required to get to the goals that they desired. My friends, if you know that now is the time to make a certain investment or to go into a certain direction, even if you're afraid to do it, then you have to take action. You have to make it happen. You have to pay the price and sacrifice and do what's right, even if you've never done it before. Look, I'm gonna tell you, when I started my business, I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I knew it was the biggest risk I ever took in my life. Still, I decided to forge ahead because I believed in myself. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to accept that you're never going to know what's gonna happen in the very end of your life. So why not take action now? Why not take a risk? Go out and ask that girl for a date. Go out there and call your biggest prospect. Go out there and buy the car that you know you need to have in your life. My friends, there's so many different things we can do. There's so many different things we can see. There's so many different places we can be. But we cannot be afraid to take that risk. If you feel like there's anything you need to take a risk on, I want you to ask the question, what if? What would happen if I actually go out there and connect with those people? What would happen if I use some of my money to make that investment? What would actually happen if I actually took the risk and used a purple background? You see, my friends, when you count the cost and you consider the what ifs, you'll know exactly what you need to do in order to go to the place you need to go. The fourth common regret in life is not traveling enough. There's been so many people that hold themselves back. They were just about to take a road trip. They were just about to book a flight overseas, but they never decided to actually do it because they were afraid. They're afraid of the consequences. Maybe they heard something about that particular place. Oh, the people, they're very rude. Oh, the prices, they're way too high. Oh, the roads are really bad. You don't even want to go that direction. Oh, last time I went there was food poisoning. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to try to talk you out of your dreams. For example, the first time I went to China, I remember the tour guide telling us directly, do not go to KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I thought to myself, why would he say that? And then he explained, the last time someone went to KFC on this tour, they got extremely sick and they had to be sent back home. I thought to myself, what is this guy even talking about? Why is he trying to instill fear into all these people's minds just because of one incident? Now, I personally worked at KFC as a teenager and I've eaten there a bunch of times. So when I saw the Szechuan chicken sandwich displayed on the window, I could not hold myself back. I went inside, I ordered the sandwich, and it was the best chicken sandwich I ever had in my whole entire life. Now, I might be biased because I enjoyed it more because he told me not to go there. But what I am telling you is that you cannot be scared of the fears that people put into your mind. What you need to do is to be prepared. Yes, do your research, ask the questions, evaluate the pros and the cons, but eventually you're going to have to make the decision to put yourself in that position. You're gonna have to take a risk. You're gonna have to book the flight. You're gonna have to taxi with a stranger. You're gonna have to stay in a foreign hotel. But if you know that you want a real experience, then it's gonna be worth it in the end. So go out there and take that trip. I'm telling you guys, the experience will be worth it in the end. The fifth regret that most people have in life is holding back their true emotions. There's been so many times where people live their whole lives, but they've never even told their loved ones how much they actually cared about them. They never showed their love. They never talked about their feelings. They never showed their true selves. If you're someone who's played the mysterious card for so many years and you didn't tell your family about how you were raised and the feelings that you have and what you're going through in a job or even in your mind right now, then now is time to make that decision and tell them how you really feel. Now you might be thinking, hey, if I share this information, I might feel too vulnerable. I might feel like I might be misunderstood. I might feel that this information will be used against me in the future. But my friends, I'm telling you to not worry about those things. If there's anything that you need to tell your family or your friends right now that you haven't told them before, make sure to do it right now. Make sure to find the time to sit them down in your house or even take them out and say that you really want to have a serious talk with them. Tell them that you're going to share some things that you've never shared before. Of course, you'll have some great anticipation because they already know that you've been holding back on some thoughts and feelings that you've had in the past. But this will set you up for the future. This will allow you to share those ideas with great passion. This will allow you to connect to your friends and your family at a higher level. So all I'm saying is this: don't be afraid to tell the truth. Don't be afraid to share your feelings. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Even if you don't feel like you know how to do it, don't worry. Just put yourself out there and they're gonna ask the questions. If you feel like it's too uncomfortable, then just let them know and they're gonna give you the space. Make sure to do this as soon as you can. It can change the whole dynamic of your family. This actually leads us into our next point, which is not enjoying ourselves and our family. You see, a lot of people end up regretting that they didn't spend the time and energy that they could have given to their friends and their family. Sometimes we face the conflict of being too busy in our lives. And when we feel like we're too busy, we feel like we cannot give the time and attention to ourselves and our families. But my friends, I want you to know that now is the time to give yourself away. Now is the time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. If you feel like you've been working all these years, but you haven't been able to connect with your family or go out or have fun, then make sure to do it as soon as you can. There's been so many times where people miss the precious moments of seeing their son or their daughter at 3 years old. They were so busy, focused on work, focused on making money, that they forgot to see their kid grow up into adulthood. My friends, I want you to know that no pressure, no money, no responsibility is more important than your family. If you understand what I'm saying, you're gonna stop everything you're doing and all the goals you've been pursuing and spend some precious time with your family. Be conscious of who they are because they'll never be the same age again. The 7th biggest regret in life is not living up to your potential. I've seen so many people, gifted, talented, they have so many skills and abilities, naturally, latent, right within them, that they don't do anything about it. I've seen so many singers burst out into songs, singing their tunes, and I ask them what they do, and they tell me they're working at a bank. What happened? Why didn't they achieve their highest goal? It was because they were afraid. They were afraid to be told no. They were afraid to set higher goals. They were afraid to put themselves out there and actually attract the opportunities that they know they should have gotten. My friends, don't let that be you. Understand that you have a talent, you have a skill, you have an ability, you have $1 million, even $1 billion idea that you can execute right now. It's not too late. You have to understand that now is the time to take action on this dream. Set your goals high. Go and talk to people. Start reading the books in the industry that you need to pursue and go full speed right now. My friends, this is Daniel Alley, and I just shared with you the 7 most common regrets in life. If you feel like you've been affected by any or even all of these, make sure to take massive action in your dreams. If you understand this message and you want more videos like this, make sure to comment yes in a section below. Share this video with someone else that you know absolutely needs it. And please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button, and make sure to check me out on Instagram and every other social media. Live a life of fruitfulness, do exactly what you know you're supposed to do, and make sure to give back to everyone you ever encounter in your life. Guys, this is Daniel Alley. Make sure to act on your highest dreams. Live a life with no regret. Live a life that you'll never forget. Take care of yourself and only do big things in your life. See you guys on the next video. Take care.